Welcome, fellow truth seekers, to the abyss of the bizarre and the macabre. I'm your host, Donovan Shakes, here to guide you through the murky waters of the strange and the unexplained. On today's episode of Crock or Not, we delve into a tale so twisted it'll make your skin crawl. Picture this: a man, Alex Mengel, allegedly donning the face and scalp of his victim, a ghastly disguise to evade authorities and slip across the border from the United States into Canada. But wait, there's more. He dares to apply lipstick and even brazenly wields the identity of his victim like a grotesque passport. Is this the stuff of nightmares, a grim reality that defies belief? Or could it be an elaborate fabrication, a tale spun from the threads of urban legend? That, my friends, is what we aim to uncover here on Crock or Not. So, buckle up, dear viewers, for a journey into the shadows of the human psyche. Stick around as we peel back the layers of this chilling narrative, separating fact from fantasy. Will we uncover the truth, or will we be left grappling with the unknown? In the chronicles of criminal history, few cases are as chilling and perplexing as that of Alexander Mengel, whose brief but brutal crime spree in early 1985 left an indelible mark on the communities he terrorized in the United States and Canada. Born on January 29, 1955, in Georgetown, Demerara, Mahaica, Guyana, Mengel's journey from an immigrant tool and die maker to a suspected serial killer is a stark reminder of the unpredictability and horror of human actions. The saga began on a cold February evening when Mengel, returning home from a hunting trip in the Catskill Mountains, crossed paths with 27-year-old police officer Gary Homer Stimolowski in Westchester County, New York. The routine traffic stop quickly escalated into a nightmare, resulting in Stimolowski's tragic death and the theft of his patrol car. This heinous act marked the beginning of Mengel's week-long flight from justice, a period during which he committed acts so vile they earned him the moniker the Scalp Collector. The following day, Mengel abducted 44-year-old Beverly Capone, a mother and IBM computer programmer, as she was leaving her workplace. Mengel's audacity knew no bounds, and he used Capone's vehicle to travel to the Canadian border. The discovery of her vehicle in Toronto, driven by Mengel, contained evidence so macabre that it shocked even seasoned investigators. Capone's scalp, meticulously removed, lay within alongside the stolen service revolver of Officer Gary Stimolowski, linking two heinous crimes. Capone's body was later found in a secluded area near a summer cabin owned by Mengel in the Catskills, her face and scalp removed in a manner suggesting a grotesque trophy. The removal of her face and scalp was not just an act of violence but a calculated step in Mengel's twisted strategy for evasion. It is believed that Mengel, in a horrifying attempt to disguise his identity, wore Capone's scalp and face, using her car and identification to cross the Canadian border undetected. Further evidence of Mengel's audacious use of Capone's identity emerged with the attempted abduction of a 13-year-old girl. Mengel, still wearing Capone's scalp and possibly emboldened by his disguise, approached the young girl in Scania Thales, southwest of Syracuse. Dressed incongruously in women's clothing and the ill-fitting wig that was, in reality, Capone's scalp, Mengel attempted to lure the girl into his car. Her narrow escape from potential harm added yet another layer of horror to Mengel's spree, illustrating the lengths to which he would go to continue his flight from justice. With Mengel's arrest on March 2, 1985 in Toronto, it brought temporary relief to a rattled public. Then on March 26th, Canadian authorities made the decision to deport Mengel back to New York, deeming him an illegal immigrant lacking the means to support himself. Just 2 days later, a grand jury in Westchester County indicted Mengel with first-degree murder for the death of Stimolowski. Following swiftly on April 8th, Greene County leveled charges of second-degree murder against Mengel in the Capone case. However, Mengel's journey back to face justice took a harrowing turn on April 26th. Under a police escort during transit, Mengel made a desperate bid to escape. Seizing an opportunity, he attacked State Trooper Officer Fred Grunwald, who was seated beside him in the back while still handcuffed. In a split-second response, State Trooper Officer Robert Stable, behind the wheel, swiftly intervened. Despite the chaos, Stabile's decisive action brought the vehicle to a halt and ultimately ended the altercation by fatally shooting Mengel in the chest. Tragically, the encounter left Officer Grunwald with severe bite wounds on his arm and shoulder. Yet, both Grunwald and Stabile were later commended for their bravery and swift response in the face of danger. Mengel's death while attempting to escape custody brought an end to his physical presence, but the questions surrounding his motives, the extent of his crimes, and the psychological underpinnings of his actions continue to intrigue and horrify. The legacy of his spree is a testament to the unpredictable and often incomprehensible nature of human violence, leaving a scar on the collective memory of those touched by the tragedy of his actions. As we come to the end of our journey through the shadows of the human psyche, it's time to face the truth head-on. The story we've explored today, the tale of Alex Mengel and his horrifying actions, was not a fabrication. It was a chilling reality, a dark chapter in our collective history. As we bid farewell to this episode of Crock or Not, let us carry with us a renewed sense of empathy and vigilance. Let us remember that behind every story, there are real lives at stake, real pain and suffering endured. Join me in paying homage to the victims, and join me in our ongoing quest for truth and justice. Until we meet again, my friends, stay compassionate, stay curious, and never lose sight of the humanity that binds us all together. This story is based on the true dark odyssey of Alex Mengel. All reenactments and dramatizations are intended for educational and entertainment purposes.